What's going on, Bridging the Gap?
Hey, Bridging the Gap.
It's been a minute, and some things have shifted. Man,
Come on,
the
son.
world is a whole different place than it was the last video we did, and I don't have a beard anymore. Jeez, so much going on. so,
Or a goatee.
right.
But he
So,
refuses to go back.
oh, brother, it's gonna come back. Give my face a break for a minute. So want to let y'all know that we're okay, that we're good in the midst of all this craziness. It's been a little while. We told you we were going to come back with some content, and then everything just kind of shifted, and it's been strange. It's been extremely strange. So we've been trying to let things play out and see what direction we might go with different things. But we want to let you guys know that we are okay. We have had some cold-like symptoms, but they've been really mild. I've been working out every day, and Cheryl even went for a walk yesterday.
Really?
Everything is okay with us. Really, what I'm hoping is that maybe we have this thing, we have mild symptoms, and we ain't gonna have to worry about dealing with it a second or third time or anywhere else in the world that we might go. So I'm hoping we're building up some antibodies, but we've been pretty good. Anything else you want to add on that?
On what?
On just we're okay and slight symptoms of whatever.
Yeah. I ain't got the corona.
She don't want to have it. I want to be over it and get the antibodies. I ain't trying to go through it.
No.
Well,
No. We didn't have fevers or anything, so
no.
I really don't think that's what it's been. I think we've been fighting it off. I think it tried to come, but we've been fighting it off.
How does corona try to come?
Because it's, they say it starts with those certain symptoms.
Yeah.
And I think if you just let it
grow, it'll drop down into your chest.
Right.
Well, we've been doing stuff,
right.
but
we're fighting it off.
But if we fought it off, baby, we're building up antibodies to it too. You can't fight it off without it entering the body.
Well, I'm not having corona.
Anyway, we're not going to have a science debate.
There's a
What's going on, Warrior? Yeah, a lot has changed, and we didn't come back with that next video doing the content. What we've really been thinking about is the projects that we're working on, and how this will affect those. So we want to cover those real quick, starting with the tour. So really didn't know what to do with the tour. We've just been kind of playing it by ear. Like, we don't know if they're going to let anybody into the country. We don't know if...
Yeah, because Ghana shut it down.
For real, shut it down. Snatching folks off of flights straight to quarantine.
You're right.
So we didn't know if South African Airlines was going to be flying there at that time. We didn't know anything. So we just got an email from South African Airlines basically saying we have until the end of April to kind of give them some firm numbers. Mm-hmm. So we literally
not firm numbers, but definitely decide if we're doing it.
Yeah. Well, we got to start making deposits and committing to things by the end of April.
Right.
So, which is good because that gives us a little bit more time to figure it out. For those who want to go, they also give the ability to adjust the numbers. Mm-hmm. Here's what we didn't think about. Some of the events that we're doing, like the Doty Princess, that's really the only one. The Doty Princess, the prices for that might change if we have less people go. Because we have to rent the whole yacht because they don't do that on weekdays. They only do it on weekends. So, but everything else will still be the same. So if people still want to go, and if Ghana's letting people in, and if South African Airlines is willing to take us, we're going to play this out over the next, 3-4 weeks and see what it looks like globally, what it looks like in Ghana, what it looks like in the States, and if we're able to travel.
Right. If we're able to travel, we're still going.
Oh, we're going.
Regardless. So.
Ain't no question. If they'll let us in the country, the two of us will be there. So question is, how many of y'all want to come with us? Hopefully there will be at least a few of y'all, hopefully a bunch of y'all, but we will see about that. So that's update number one. The second update we wanted to give you is on...
Oh, and did you tell them about if we have to cancel and you've already made a deposit, you will get your money back.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
So no matter how much money you put toward the trip, you'll get your money back. So
Right.
that's
So
not going to be.
initially, we told you guys a $500 non-refundable
Right.
deposit.
Mhm.
Everything will be refundable. If we can't
Yeah.
go, we can't go.
Right.
Okay. So yeah. So is that it for the trip?
Mm-hmm.
So the second thing we wanted to cover is the donations for the project in northern Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate the donations. I think we took in about $1,100 or so last month
Mm-hmm.
for Cornelius's ministry. We were able to, Cheryl and I put the rest of the money with that to get the borehole for the one community that we met with the chief that I told you really kind of broke our hearts when he was telling us how much they're struggling for clean drinking water. We were able to get that project started. And Cornelius has sent us a bunch of pictures and videos. As I told you, he's extremely accountable. If you guys go to the website, www.bridgingthegap400.com, right?
Yep.
Cheryl's going to put those videos and pictures on the website so that you guys can see that they're putting to use the funds that we sent them. Now, that's the positives. Got a little bit of negative I got to share with you guys, at least short-term negative, which may not be such a bad thing under the current circumstances of what's going on globally. Got some issues with what's going on in St. Paula in that there are some people in the community who were challenging Cornelius as if he was taking funds that we had given for the community and using them for himself. And that has not happened. Nothing even remotely close to that has happened. And I'm just going to be upfront. There's one particular assemblyman in the northern part of Ghana who's really the catalyst for this foolishness. So I've done a couple videos. We've written a couple letters. I had to have a conversation with the paramount chief of the region. He is going to, address the whole thing tomorrow in northern Ghana. I've made it clear to everybody we're not sending any more money until this is over with and resolved, until Cheryl and I are comfortable that Cornelius and his family are safe. Because people are actually threatening him and calling him a thief. Like we bought that tractor for the community and he's not using it the way it's. I'm like, hold on. He's done everything we've asked him to do, and anybody else saying anything different is a flat out liar. And so it really has gotten under my skin. Yeah, it's pissed me off that people would try to put words in our mouth as to what this young man is trying to do for their community, and it's hindering the community because I'm not going to engage in foolishness. My Bible says God is not the author of confusion. So we are not going to be sending money until that situation is resolved. But again, with all this going on right now, maybe it's a good time for everybody to really kind of focus on their own households for a minute anyway, because there's been a major disruption financially in this country. So that's what's going on there. The money that we were able to get for the first month, we appreciate it. We thank you. It's being put to use. Cheryl will document that on the page. And Cornelius has done everything we asked him to do. So all that other foolishness we were going to dismiss and let them kind of sit and think about it for a minute, because
it was mostly the businesses, the young people.
Not
right?
just the businesses. They were claiming. Matter of fact, this one cat claimed that I promised him, this assemblyman, that I promised him 2 tractors.
Oh, yeah.
One for Cornelius and one for the community, and that Cornelius has taken the community tractor. I'm like, dude, I don't even know you. I don't even know your name. I couldn't spell it. Don't have a phone number. Know who you talking to. What are you talking about? So I had to check this cat in front of the paramount chief and tell him, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Stop saying things that are not true, and don't put words in my mouth. Don't lie. If there's anything I can't stand, somebody lying to me and definitely lying about me. But when it's putting somebody I care about.
But I'm the militant one.
Hey, when it comes to lying, I'm the militant one. Believe that. So, but when it puts Cornelius and his family, because the people in the community are listening to this dude. They're listening to him and they're questioning Cornelius and putting pressure on him. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I would never give another dime if it means that him and his family are going to be in a compromised position for doing so because somebody's lying. That's not cool. I don't do that. So the money that you guys have sent is being used. We will document that for you. We're going to put that on hold for a while until we're comfortable that it is what it needs to be and that the paramount chief for the whole northern region has a control over this foolishness that we won't deal with. Okay, so that's that project, which leads us into the farming project. Farming project is still going through inspections by the government and whatnot on the land. We really haven't pushed the We Funder as much because I feel it's a difficult time to talk to people about raising money for anything. Um, and we wanted to do a video here before we do anything with them to let you guys know if we do go ahead and complete that and open up the money drive with WeFunder. If you vouch for us and you vouch to contribute something, we don't expect that. If your circumstances have changed, we understand that completely, and we don't want anybody to feel pressured, especially at this time. Mm-hmm. So we haven't done much with that because we haven't been speaking with you. And we want to be able to talk to you first before we do anything with that. We will still get it launched. Mm-hmm. It's just we've been trying to slow play it a little bit, see what's going on. Matter of fact, I didn't know until just a couple of days ago how things were going to happen in Ghana because you can't even gather. You can't have a funeral in Ghana with more than 25 people there. So I'm thinking, how are they going to operate on the farms? And so I was talking with Hilarious, and he was saying the next phase will be clearing the farms, and we will have small groups of 5 to 15 people, each on their own 100 acres. They will clear 100 acres, so we stay under that 25 maximum crowd size, and they'll be separate from each other by long distances. So that'll be the next phase, and we'll probably get that launched sometime in April. But as far as the gathering of funds and asking you guys to contribute to that, those who have not been affected, in a major way financially, of course, we still want you guys to work with us. Those who have, we want to be sensitive to that. This is a very strange time. This is not normal. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. We do know that was it today? Yes, today is this morning that we found out that 3.3 million people in this country filed for unemployment in the last week. That's nothing. I mean, that's more than 4 times the worst week in American history. And this thing has still got some ways to go before it reaches its apex. So we want to be sensitive to that. We want to bridge this gap, but bridging the gap doesn't mean just focusing on the other side of the continent. Right. That means we got to bridge the gap and come together and build together on both sides of the continent. Right now, this side of the continent is struggling a little bit more than that side. So with that being said, well, let me say this. Without being insensitive, I want to be sensitive to where everybody's at, but I want to address something that I think is important for all of us to think about. And now's a good time to think about it because we all got some downtime. Guys, a lot of us desire to have a job that pays us a salary and benefits for security. Cheryl and I are not of that mindset. We're entrepreneurs at heart, always have been, always will be, because we know there is no security in a job. And a situation like this is something that will show many people that, the business owners, the entrepreneurs are the people who are, in position to get through this. Most of the people who work for other people don't have enough reserves, which is why they're trying to pull together a stimulus package to give people $1,200. Are you for real? What is $1,200 going to do for anybody? But they're going to bail out these corporations with billions. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Corporations is small business.
Yeah, corporations are small businesses, which means the owners of the business are really going to get the majority of the funds. And that's neither here nor there. I just want us to think about some things while we have some downtime to think about some things, because this won't be the last time that we have something like this come up. We don't know what the next one will be, but if you can prepare yourself for that next one and position yourself to have something of your own, you got a better chance of getting through it without depending on the government to help you. The other thing I want to say is every downturn is a transfer of wealth. Mm-hmm. Every major economic downturn is a transfer of wealth. There's somebody making money off of this. Mm-hmm. And what I can guarantee you is The people who are contributing to that transfer of wealth are the people who work for the people who have wealth. So we got to think about how do we have our own here in the States. Right now, I want to step away from Ghana for a minute and focus on what we need to do here in the States. So I was talking to Cheryl just a couple days ago, and I was telling her there's some things that I can share, but I can't share with one of you guys without sharing with all of you, right? And I don't have the capacity myself to manage working with everyone on our every one of our subscribers, or even if 100 of you wanted to work. I don't really have the capacity for that. Well, today I had an opportunity come across my desk that I'm about to explore thoroughly, that has systems in place to train people to where I wouldn't have to work one-on-one. I can introduce you, get you caught up to speed. If it's something that you want to do, then maybe it could help you through this rough period that we're going through as a country. Um, I'm in the process of exploring that, and I'm going to test it out myself. I just want to encourage you guys to think about something that you can do now that you have some downtime to focus on building your legacy.
If you've ever thought about starting a business, or had those ideas, don't think that because of what's going on that this is not the time. This is the perfect time.
Perfect time.
The perfect time to start a business. And you think about, okay, there's 3 million people. Is it 3 million? 3 million people who have filed for unemployment.
3.3.
3.3
in the last week.
So you think, oh, nobody's got money, but there's 300 more million. How many people in the U.S.?
350 million. So 347 million people out there who
Still
didn't file last week.
Right.
Not necessarily all working, but they didn't file last week.
Right. So don't think of it as it's not a good time to start business because nobody has any money or whatever. I remember my old coach used to tell me, stay out of people's pockets. Don't try to figure out what they have in their pocket. You just run your business and market and do what you need to do. And the people who are there and have the money will still be buying. Somebody's got money.
And
money's not disappearing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking about some stuff that Cheryl wants to offer because there's a need.
Yeah.
The biggest thing about business is finding a need and providing a solution.
People are making masks now.
They're making everything.
If you know how to sew or whatever. So it's like now's the time to just do it.
So there's things she's working on that are new for her. My business hasn't really changed much. People still have a need, and I'm able to meet the need that they have. They're going to address their needs if they have the funds. And there's a bunch of people out here who still have. There are a lot of entrepreneurs out here who are not in that position of being let go. Those are the people we typically deal with. I'm going to give you a little tidbit. If I'm able to work this thing out to where I can share it with you, we're going to position you to help those folks. And that is the solution. There are problems right now. There are businesses right now who are struggling. And I'm trying to figure out how we as a group in mass can bring a solution to that crowd and benefit handsomely from it in the process. So if I can vet this thing out and make sure the system is what it is so every one of you can learn what you need to learn and position yourself, this is a great time in this downtime to position yourself to tell that job you're unemployable. Not unemployed, unemployable, meaning I'm out. I ain't going back.
Right.
So I think that was all we wanted to cover. You want to try to answer some questions, or are there any?
I don't think there were questions, mostly just
I like
comments.
that. This is the time for people to come together and start working on business, group economics. Who said that? Golden melanin. Go ahead, girl. I hear you.
I was thinking about it if I had the sewing machine. Yeah.
There you go, guys. Think about what you can do to solve a need. There are needs. Every time there's a pain, there's a solution to, or some solution, many solutions to make that pain better if you can't make it completely go away. The biggest pain I see is 3.3 million people not having the job they had a week ago.
Yes. And make sure you're doing something that can be managed online, sold online,
Yes.
an app, things that, like today, with people being quarantined,
something you can do like
You can
this. You
do,
can
yeah.
do meetings by Zoom or Skype or I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many opportunities. This
Mm-hmm.
is an every downturn is a transfer of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, there are people getting wealthy off of this time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good time for you to position yourself to pick up some of that wealth and not stop being a contributor to it.
Let me.
Because the next time there's a downturn, you will be fully positioned to receive
Mm-hmm.
instead of contribute to, like we did. I'm gonna give you a good example of what I'm talking about, and then I'm gonna let you finish what you're saying, babe. If you guys remember back in 2008, I was in the mortgage business, lost everything with the mortgage meltdown. When the mortgage bubble burst and all of those properties went down to less than what the mortgages were on them on those properties, you saw all of these cash buyers from China and everywhere else coming in, scooping up these REOs, buying them for 30, 40, 50 cents
What's
on the
REO?
dollar. REOs, real estate owned, bank owned real estate. So their bank don't want them. They don't want them. They like, look, we got too much inventory as it is. We'll sell it to you. If you can buy $100 million worth of properties, we'll give them to you at 35 cents on the dollar. They're coming in, scooping up properties. Now, you transition up until about 4 or 5 years ago, there was no inventory. Nobody could. I live here in Dallas. Nobody could find a house. If you sold your house, you had to rent for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months before you could find something else to buy. These people came in and scooped them up cheap, and now they got them. They're making so much money on rent, they're not giving them back. That's a transfer of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
That is somebody profiteering off of everybody else's pain. Every recession is a transfer of wealth. Try to get in position because this is just starting. Try to get in position where you can be a solution to some problems and reap some rewards, not by taking advantage of other people's hurts, but by being a solution, a
Provider. Yeah.
provider
Mm-hmm.
to help them through this pain. And then build it up so the next recession comes, you're in a position to be somebody who's a recipient of that transfer and not a contributor. Because
So,
that's
one of the things that I thought about was I saw this. I can't remember what city it was in, but there was these two young black guys that started an app for delivery service for food, but it was all black owned restaurants.
hmm,
So if you think about this time, the smaller restaurants or businesses that might be black owned, they may not be on DoorDash or Uber Eats and all of that. I don't even know what the process is to get on those.
wow.
But if you could start your own delivery service for just the black owned businesses or the black owned restaurants, doesn't have to be exclusive, but if that's your target audience, because that may be where a need is. Like what is happening to those restaurants? Because most places now the restaurants are still open, but you can't eat in. You have to take out or you have to deliver. So, things like that.
That's a brilliant idea, especially amongst the diaspora. That's a
Yeah.
great idea. But here's what I'm gonna tell y'all.
Wait,
Whether it's
let me answer this one because this one said I'm a nurse, hard to work online. Um, if you're a nurse, you could also do like health coaching online.
I have a doctor
Yeah.
client of mine from Florida who's going to be doing um, coronavirus consultations online.
Mm-hmm.
She's only licensed in Florida to treat or prescribe, but she's doing this nationwide. Find a need. This is what I was just going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it's in the diaspora and figuring out a solution for smaller black-owned restaurants. That's a great solution, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to those guys. Just look around and see where there's a need.
Mm-hmm.
As Cheryl said, there are people sewing together masks.
I saw a girl crocheting them. She was crocheting masks. So
I mean, if you can do it and it's a definite need and you can supply that need and make a buck doing it, I mean, look, this is what you're here for. That's what your efforts are for. You want to do something meaningful. Now is the time where you can be meaningful because there's a lot of needs out there. Whether it's something we bring to the table or whether it's something you do on your own, find a need. There's too many needs out here right now. Somebody's going to make money with that. There's no better way to make money than to be a blessing to somebody else. And there's opportunities right now to be that blessing. So I'm going to work on what I can do to introduce some things that allow you guys to be a blessing. And as soon as I figure it out, it'll probably be 4 to 6 weeks before I'm comfortable. But as soon as I figure it out, I will come back and I will let you guys know. And if it works out, it's going to be a beautiful thing because There's a lot of entrepreneurs out here in need, and you're going to be able to meet that need. So I think that's probably about it.
Yeah. Praying for you guys who are home and having to homeschool your kids and relearn this new math and all this. I don't envy that at all.
And for those of you who are not feeling well, we definitely pray for you. I think we should share some things we've been doing, some things we've learned. So when we went to Ghana, we learned a lot about how Ghanaian people deal with viruses. Nah, not all, but some Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians deal with sicknesses like feverish type symptoms like malaria and things like that, the flu, da 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 da. Well, they boil a pot of water. They either put the pot or pour it in a bucket, and they sit over it with a blanket over their head and over the pot of water, and they breathe in the steam. What they do is they use a lot of the neem tree, because the neem tree has got the leaves, has medicinal properties, and a lot of people in Ghana told us we don't use medicine for feverish conditions, malaria, anything else. That neem tree will knock it out if you breathe that, inhale it in. So with this virus, we saw some videos about the stuff they do in Ghana with the neem trees. Then we saw another video that talked about how the virus is really doesn't like heat, and it starts by resting in the nasal passages, the nose and the throat, and it's the sore throat Cheryl was talking about, and then eventually it matriculates down into your lungs, and that's where it does the damage. It really attacks the receptors in the lungs. So we decided, hearing what we found out in Ghana, seeing some of the things we're seeing now, that we'd start using that. And when I tell you, it's been about a week and a half where we've been feeling a little so-so. Every single time that we lean over, we don't use the neem tree. We've been using eucalyptus oil, peppermint oil, other essential oils, because they're antiviral, antibacterial. So you lean over this boiled water. It's the steam, breathe it in. It is hitting the sinuses, the throat, and the lungs. And as soon as you're done, all of that's cleared up. All of it's cleared up. Yeah.
So someone asked, where can we get the leaves? Well, the leaves are in Ghana.
The leaves are
in
Ghana.
So they go out and just pull them off a tree.
Off a tree. They're everywhere.
Now, I know that you can order like neem leaf powder and neem leaf, oil and stuff like that. I don't know if it's as potent as, getting it right off the tree. We're simply using essential oils. So if you have access to some essential oils, there are certain ones that have antiviral properties. Where you got yours from? So I don't remember.
You don't remember? Did you say you can get them?
But you can get them pretty much anywhere.
That doesn't help me. Talk to them like you're talking to me.
I don't remember where I got them from.
But you say
probably Whole Foods.
Okay.
I got some from Whole Foods. You're probably gonna have to buy them offline now because they're probably gone out of the stores. Some vitamin shops have them.
If you don't have the essential oils to really accentuate, just the steam.
Just the steam.
Just the steam. This thing does not like the heat. Here's what we recommend. If you just take in the hot steam every day, morning and night, this thing starts in the nose and it takes a little while, a few days before it drops down into your chest. Knock it out. Keep it hot. Make sure you do that twice a day. Keep those areas nice and hot. And hopefully, if it does enter your body, you can knock it out before it gets to where it does damage.
Okay, someone's saying oregano oil, thyme,
yes,
clove oil, just to name a few. Yeah, we've got some oregano oil too. We haven't used that one, but yeah. So the other thing I saw someone do, they boiled some water. They put in garlic, some coarse salt, some onions, and I think lemons, and they boiled that in some water and did the steam. So,
matter of fact, we saw another video was talking about even drinking warm or hot drinks. We saw one talking about drinking just water with lemon in it, because the lemon will the lemon or lime will make that water alkaline. If you know anything about the body functions better when it's more alkaline. Just drinking warm drinks, breathing in, it doesn't like steam. We saw one video talking about blowing a hairdresser
Oh,
A hair dryer. What's it called? Blow dryer?
A blow dryer.
Blow dryer. You know, I don't have none, so I ain't really up to date with what you
It's
call
not
it.
a hairdresser.
But blowing that air in your nose to kill this virus. Now I don't know about that. We don't have one of those in the house, but breathing the steam in with the essential oils has done wonders.
Okay, somebody says chili pepper, onion, ginger, garlic, tomato, and blend all together and drink. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Also take in some vitamin C and some other immune system boosters because that's the main thing. Is you have to boost your immune system. If your immune system is working at an optimum level, then it's going to help your body fight off whatever virus or bacteria that comes along. So that's the main thing. Rather than being reactive, be preventative in, by boosting your immune system.
Here's one other thing I'm gonna share with y'all, and is it silversolutions.com?
Silver Solution USA, I think.
See if you can look that up. Silver, physical silver, like
Hopefully they don't take this video down because Face has been taking videos down. I don't know if YouTube. I know Facebook has when people are talking about the virus and different things. But anyhow, go ahead.
The stuff we're giving you is it's all natural. Yeah. So we're not doctors. We're not prescribing anything. So let's get that out of the way.
And if you have medical issues, make sure you talk to your
even before you start
doctor.
Breathing in. If you're seriously ill or you have medical issues, don't breathe in no hot steam. Don't breathe it in with essential oils, especially that peppermint, because that's going to go straight to your brain.
This is just some of the stuff that we do.
We're
not telling you to do it.
Right. So, but I will say this. Silver, physical silver is antibacterial, antiviral. There's a company called Silver Solutions that is actually here in Texas that makes nanoparticle silver products. So soaps and lotions and ingestible liquids that have nanoparticle silver in it. Nanoparticle silver is just like silver itself. It is antiviral. It is antibacterial. That may be someplace you want to look into. I don't know the site. Do you have the website?
Silver Solutions USA.
Yeah, Silver Solutions USA.
And I don't know. I just got to feel like we have to say this is not FDA authorized
but it's not a medicine
or whatever.
It doesn't have to be FDA authorized. It's not a medicine. Go to their site. You mean for the video for them not to take it down?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not FDA approved, but it's a natural. It's a precious metal. It's something that's been here as long as Earth has been here. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but
they're kind of about herbs.
Anyway, silversolutionsusa.com is a website you might want to look into, read through. It is an immune booster, and it is antiviral and antibacterial. Silver is the most valuable of the precious metals, and I wish I had time to really get into that, but that's going to take a whole long conversation that we don't have time for right now. Is the silver something? Yes, you can ingest it.
Not all silver.
Not all silver, but like colloidal silver.
Colloidal silver you can find in stores.
If you go to the site, you'll see there's a... Should I get that in a bottle? Should I show it?
Yeah, go ahead. Colloidal silver you'll find in health stores, or like here we have a grocery store called Sprouts. Places like that sell health things, or the same places that sell essential oils really would probably have colloidal silver in the vitamin section, and you can ingest those. Yes, you also have to eat healthy. Absolutely. We've been cutting back on meat as far as what we eat.
On the site, this is ASAP 2020 Plus Silver Solutions. Mm-hmm. Oops. Let me read you what it says in the fine print, because it doesn't say FDA, but it says immune system support, 22 ppm silver solution, scientifically tested, patented process. So it doesn't say it's FDA, but it does say it is scientifically set. This is what has the nanoparticle silver in it that is ingestible. So if you go to the site, this is the product that you're looking for. Yeah. That would be ingestible.
A teaspoon a day or something like that.
3 teaspoons.
3 teaspoons. Okay.
So
I haven't been doing one. But I've been taking the other thing.
We've been taking a little bit of everything. Yeah. So look, just be proactive.
Eat healthy, like someone said. Who said that? Black Beauty, always. She said,
Eat healthy.
Eat healthy.
Take in the things that you can.
Eat your vegetables.
Try to steam up the sinus area a couple times a day because it can't hurt you any. Breathing in steam cannot hurt you. And if it's before you're sick, if it's there and you don't know it's there, there's a good chance it'll knock it out.
So you only eat chicken. That's good.
So I think we're officially done now. How long is this video? 35
What's
minutes?
the site again? It's Silver Solutions USA.
USA.com.
.com.
So with that, guys,
And we don't make any money off of any of that.
No, we just
we have no affiliation or anything.
We just want y'all to be healthy.
Yeah.
And we're just really what we're doing is we're sharing with you what we're doing to keep ourselves healthy. And the fact that we have had something and these things have been working for us, I don't see any reason not to share them with you. Mm-hmm. Again, if you have any medical issues or if you're feeling like you really are sick with this COVID thing, ask a doctor before you do any of this stuff. Yeah. Not saying don't do it, but talk to your doctor first if you're sick or have underlying issues.
Say drink a lot of water. That's good.
Yes, that's another one. Drink a lot of water. When this thing first started for me, I wasn't drinking enough water, and I was waking up in the middle of the night with my chest dried out and tight. Drink a lot of fluids. Just, guys, it's like any other cold or sickness. What would I do if I got sick? What I would do is I drink a lot of water. I try to make sure I feed myself so I'm not getting weak. And then I'm going to do what I can to sweat it out. I'm going to go to the gym. If I can get myself to the gym, I'm going to get in the bed with sweats on and a hood and sweat it out. That's what I'm going to do. Treat it like anything else. That's how we've been treating it.
Get you some ginger ale.
All that good. Put that tussin on it, all of it. So, yeah, hopefully none of you are dealing with any severe symptoms of this thing. If you are, see your medical professionals. Mm-hmm. If you want to be proactive, these are the things that we're trying to share with you to maybe engage in some proactive activities. And if you have a mild something or other that you're feeling and you want to just go at it like it might be COVID, tackle it. Yeah. That's kind of how we've been doing it. We don't know what we got. Feel anything. Yeah, we
just don't wait it out to see if it's going to turn into anything.
So you got to wait in line at a hospital and end up getting something while you're there.
Right.
If you feel something, start applying some proactive activities to that thing. We don't know what we didn't let it get nowhere. Right. As soon as we need to start steaming this. Where's that silver? We going to do whatever we got to do. Yeah. But because we didn't get sick, we'll never know until this thing is over and we can test for antibodies. Right.
And you know what? All they do in the hospital, if you go early on anyway, is they're going to treat the symptoms. There is no cure for it. There is no vaccine. So they're going to treat the symptoms. So
you can do that at home.
Getting sick, normally.
Take your ibuprofen, take your cough medicine and your cough drops. I've been sucking on a lot of cough drops. Mm-hmm. Do what you can do and then add these other things as long as they're not harmful to you. Like I said, if you're sick, mm-hmm.
or you have
underlying issues, talk to a doctor, but none of this stuff is harmful if there's nothing wrong with you. They're just proactive avenues that you can take to address this thing. And
don't listen to Trump. Don't go buy that whatever that medicine is called that he told everybody.
I'm going to sit back here and be quiet.
It's going to be possibly approved because a couple people took that and didn't end very well. Yeah, so don't do that. Don't take anything like that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Take care of yourself. We will be back soon with a video. Not sure what our next video will be on because we're not really sure what the next couple of days is going to look like. But I can tell you I'm going to be actively working on figuring this other piece out. For those of you who are looking for an opportunity and don't have an idea of what you do, if I can present that to you and it is something we can do in a way to benefit you guys that I think can be done in some sensible fashion. I don't want to introduce you to something where you're struggling. If I can't get you the training you need, I'm not going to bring it. So that's the biggest piece of this. What are we looking at?
I'm looking at, she said, take how the old people in Trinidad, when she was growing up, they did not wait to get worse. They took the castor oil. Oh, yeah, that castor oil probably knocked this Rona out. Yeah. It's like,
fish poison?
They say ibuprofen kills corona. Like, take Tylenol.
Well, we've seen people who have been to the hospital said all they can give you is cough medicine, cough drops, ibuprofen, Tylenol. They
Right.
can just treat the symptoms.
Yeah.
The
Try
reason,
something to get the mucus out.
yeah. I mean, unless you need a ventilator, you can pretty much do what they're going to do for you, or an aspirator. If you need help breathing, you need to be in the hospital.
Right.
But for the most part, what they're going to do there, at least from what we're hearing, is really what you can do at home.
A lot of ginger, cinnamon tea. Yeah, I've been drinking my ginger green tea.
And y'all read all of
Black
this.
seed oil. Yep, we have black seed oil.
Yep. Read all of this. Lean on one another.
Forget the cough drop. Do ginger instead. Okay.
Preach.
Malaria drug is a no-no.
Yeah. The one
that's
that's
the one
that
Trump
knucklehead is talking about. Leave anything he says, run the other way.
Exactly. Listen to the doctors.
Full sprint, run the other way.
Plenty
We
of
love
water,
you
fresh
too,
fruits and
Angie.
vegetables. Yeah, so we'll be all right.
We're good.
Take care of yourself. Stay inside.
Matter of fact, for those of you who like to
honey.
work out, let's see if I can copy this workout. I came across a really cool little workout where you spell your name and do the exercises on an ABC scale. Man, I've been doing that for the last week, wearing my butt out. I'll copy and paste that into the comments. Take care of yourself, exercise, eat good, and while you got the time, love on your family, man.
What do you think about the vaccine? I'm not taking no vaccine. I don't know what he gonna do.
Really?
I ain't taking no vaccine.
You act like
I
new.
don't take the flu vaccine. I'm not with the vaccine stuff.
Look,
but you guys do what you feel is best for you and your family.
Well, she asked what
I'm
we
not
think.
taking the vaccine.
Well, we think what I think. I think that they're
I
going
don't trust
to.
nothing.
I think they're going to come out with a vaccine, and at some point in time, they're probably going to force people to take it. I'm not taking it, and they ain't going to make me take it. I don't believe in. I took the flu vaccine one time. I had never had the flu. Got the flu after I got the vaccine, and I don't get the flu since. It was a kid when I did that. People were saying that's a smart thing to do. I think it was in my 20s. I haven't had the flu vaccine since, and I don't get the flu. Yeah. So I don't believe in these vaccines. And man, quite honestly, in other arenas, the crazy increase in autism and Alzheimer's and all these things relative to the United States versus the rest of the world in the last 50 years, I'm a little suspect on them shooting anything into my body. So we won't be doing that.
Nope.
They start forcing vaccines in Ghana, we're going to have to find somewhere else to be. We ain't doing that.
That's right. No.
So I think that, yeah, I know Warrior Captain. Yeah, bro, we ain't taking no needles.
When they giving it away free too, like the flu shot, you can go anywhere now and get a flu shot for free. Why y'all doing it for free?
This is the pharmaceutical industry.
Right.
This is a drug. It's a vaccine. You giving it away for free? Yeah, can't trust that.
Nope.
Too dirty, too greedy.
Exactly. Every year you got to take a new, there's a new strain. You got to take it every year. No.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Exercise. Eat
take
good.
Care of yourself regularly.
Do what you need to do.
Try to prevent it. That's
Here's what I tell people all the time. You got one body. And if you don't take care of it, it won't take care of you. Do what you can to take care of it.
You said the syphilis experiment. What was that? Was that the Tuskegee thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was. We getting off on a tangent now, though.
Only natural meds for me. I don't blame
you. There you go. And that's what it is.
That's the first for me.
Which is why what we're trying is what we learned in Ghana. That's natural stuff. And since we don't have the neem leaf, we're using the essential oils, which are natural stuff. And it's working. Not FDA approved, but it's working. So with that, guys, take care of yourself. Love on one another. Enjoy. Hey, look, try to figure out something you can do for yourself to build your family legacy. But I won't say more important than that, but just as important as that, enjoy this time. When's the last time you got to chill with your wife and kids or your parents or whoever and just hang out for weeks? Enjoy it. Enjoy each other. Find some solutions to some problems and make this thing work for you, because I promise you it can, and it is working for plenty. Just need to make sure it works for more of us.
If you're an extrovert,
Get in the car once in a while. Go for a ride, which is what I'm about to do. I've been outside all day today and I'm losing my mind. So I'm just gonna go
I'm an
get in the
introvert.
car.
Doesn't
She
bother me.
she like this is her
This
happy
is
place.
yeah. This is
If it's one of the days where I work out inside, I don't have a reason to go outside. I have to get in the car and go for a ride and do something, go look around. On the other days where I go outside and run, that's all I need. 30, 40 minutes outside, I'm straight. But yeah, I'm about to go hop in the car and go for a drive. Medicine.
if you leave our office without.
Any medicine,
Oh
you're
yeah,
good.
yeah,
These
yeah.
doctors know. Look, man, medicine.
They're not trained to heal.
No, medicine
Just treat symptoms.
masks stuff. Your body is telling you something is wrong, and most of these medicines just tame that down while creating a bunch of different side effects. And we listen to these commercials on TV talking about could have side effects including heart attack, stroke, blindness,
Your head gonna fall off.
up to including death.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I had an ingrown toenail. Come on. Yeah, we don't do medicine. We're with you. But guys, we're gonna get off of here. Take care of yourself. We'll be back soon, and hopefully I'll be back soon with something that each one of you can use. All right?
Alrighty.
God bless you. We love you.
Bye-bye, guys.